Hey everyone, it's Amanda, and I'm back this week with another video. And this, I wanted to start a new series. I'm going to call it the Just Fold It In series. So if you're not familiar, there's a show called Schitt's Creek. And if you do know the show, then you know what I'm talking about. There's a scene where the mother is telling the son to just fold in the cheese into the dish that they're making. And he didn't understand what that meant. Just fold it in. And she just kept saying, just fold it in, which was obviously a very funny scene. But I feel like it relates to a lot of these spiritual terms. I feel like there's a lot of spiritual terms that people throw out. And I think a lot of times we're not always exactly sure what they're talking about. And they don't actually ever get, I think, defined well enough, and people can continue to say, oh, just fold it in, and then we're like, what? So one of those terms for me was grounding. So you gotta ground yourself. You have to ground your energy. And I felt like in the beginning of my journey, everyone just kind of kept saying, just ground your energy. And I was like, okay, what? So it kind of kept feeling like that, just fold it in for me. So I was hoping to do this series to just hopefully bring a little more clarity to some of these terms. And if there's any other terms or anything else that you are curious about that maybe I could talk about, please let me know in the comments. Or send me a message. But for today, I want to talk about grounding, or ground your energy, you'll hear people say, which is very, very important, and it is very helpful. And it's not as complicated and it's not as involved as it sounds. So first I'll start with what grounding is and why you might want to do it, or when you might need to do it. So grounding means to bring yourself back to the present moment. Immediately connect with your physical environment, connect with your physical body. Pull your mind back down out of that other time, other place where it is. It's about balancing your energy between the spiritual, emotional, mental piece and the physical. So really anchoring yourself is what grounding kind of means. That's another good word for it. Anchoring yourself here in the physical body, in the physical environment where you are. Sometimes we can find ourselves getting lost up here, right, in our mind, in our thoughts, in maybe the spiritual connection at times can leave us almost feeling disconnected. So that piece is great, but also making sure to balance back down to the physical, because we are here on earth in our physical bodies. So when might you want to do this? So you might want to do some grounding exercises when you feel scattered or disorganized. That's the first time. When you're all over the place, you can't keep yourself straight, you're making mistakes left and right, you can't get yourself together. That's one time. When you're feeling anxious, or you're focusing too much on the future or the what ifs, or that what if train is going off the track there for you. Also when you're feeling really disconnected from reality or disconnected from others. Any kind of disconnection is a sign that it's time for some grounding. Also if you're feeling really depressed, really stuck on past experiences, continuing to ruminate over and over, that's another time when you might want to bring in a grounding exercise. So there's several different ways that you can do this, and there's no wrong way. It's, again, I feel like finding what resonates for you, so finding what makes sense for you and feels right. Or just doing whatever you can remember in the moment, right? I think sometimes we get stuck on the perfect way or how I'm supposed to do it, but just whatever you can remember in the moment is probably the most powerful thing. So first, connecting with nature. So that's our kind of the mecca, right, of grounding is the earth. So whenever you're in nature, that's a great start. So feeling your bare feet on the earth is a really great way. Feeling the grass or the dirt, being in the ocean, being at any natural water source, listening to the sounds of nature or observing nature. just getting out there is the number one way you can start to ground yourself and bring yourself back to this physical connection with the physical. The second way is there's visualization exercises that you can do. This is one that I often do. This is my go-to. And I use this a lot in my Reiki sessions for others too. So you can do it for yourself. You can also try to help others with this. So when I find a person who has a lot of anxiety, who is very, very busy mind, I'll try to help by doing some visualization exercises during our session to ground them, to bring them back down, keep them feeling stable and steady, right? I think sometimes when we're anxious and we're up here, we're not feeling safe, we're not feeling secure. So that's part of what grounding is about. So visualizing roots growing from the bottom of the soles of your feet is where we're going to start. You can have your eyes open or closed, whatever feels right for you. And then visualizing those roots growing deeper through the building, down through the floor of the building you're in, down through the ground underneath, and all the way to the core of the earth, really connecting us. And I sometimes visualize those roots going out, connecting to all living beings. So remembering that we're all one, helping us remember that we're connected, but that we're not alone in this, that we're all one. And I feel like that nice deep root system helps give that feeling of security, right? That we're connected to this earth, feeling that we have a nice stable wide base to help us be steady. A next way is a 1 minute 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown can help also ground you. So when we do this, we're going to use our 5 senses, which are always here in the physical, right? Our 5 senses. So that's where they can come in handy for a grounding exercise. So you'll start with 5 things that you can see in your immediate environment, 4 things that you can hear, 3 things that you can feel, 2 things that you can smell, and then ending with 1 deep breath. So using your senses, if you mix up the sight and sound 5, 4, doesn't matter. Don't get stuck on that. But I feel like that's another great one. It pulls you out of your mind and into this present moment, connecting with those physical things that are surrounding you. And it only takes 1 minute to do it. You can do it anywhere. You can do it with your eyes open. So whenever you're just finding yourself scattered, you're finding yourself anxious, you're finding yourself stuck somehow, just pulling that out and doing a quick 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Another way is holding, carrying, or meditating with grounding crystals. So there are certain crystals that are really great for this, for helping you feel secure, helping you feel stable, helping you feel connected to the earth. One that I used a lot in the beginning that I really like is hematite. It's a dark gray crystal, very shiny, can be. Black tourmaline is another one, and obsidian. So those are just 3. There's many, but usually you'll find that they're a darker color. They're going to be gray, black, dark reds, and that's why you can put them in your pocket and keep them with you. That was one that I like to do a lot. You can sleep with it under your pillow. Or you can do some kind of meditation while holding it. Also, just to finish off, another way is physical exercise. So simple as that. Outdoors, if possible, would be better because you can connect with nature at the same time. So those are 5 ways that you can ground your energy. So I'm hoping that this Just Folded In series is helpful for you. So the first term was grounding that we talked about, and so basically trying to bring some clarity to these terms that get thrown out a lot. And grounding, again, is just pulling your energy back to center, back to the present moment, feeling connected with your physical body, your physical environment, feeling safe, stable, and secure. So I hope that that is helpful for you. And please let me know if you have any more terms that you would like to see explained or talked about further. Let me know in the comments if you have any other grounding exercises that you'd like to do. Maybe others can benefit from that as well. Thanks so much, and hope you're doing well.